Yep, we are live,
All
guys.
right.
I'm Jeff with eBay Addicts, guys, and I got here with me Dan in Demand. You might have seen him before. Last time his name was Art Vandelay. Last time he was on my channel, but
Name
we're
change.
not doing a regular interview type of video today. We're going to be doing listing live. So basically, we're going to be listing stuff on eBay and hanging out with you guys in the chat. And hopefully, if you're, if you're like me or Dan and you're not motivated to list, maybe we can help you get motivated to list some items.
Wait,
But
I'm
real quick,
motivated to list. You said you're
well,
motivated.
we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together, Dan. So real
No, you
quick,
said
Dan.
you were motivated. I'm motivated to list.
Well, okay, you're more motivated than me. I've been up all night working, so I haven't even went to bed yet. I've been up all night, so it's like,
Oh, really?
yeah. I do my regular job at nights and weekends and holidays. So I worked all night, and I'm still been up all day. So I'm gonna try to crank out at least an hour worth of listing, today. So real quick, Dan, in case people don't know who you are or they're not familiar with you, tell everybody real quick who you are, where you're from, tell them what you do, and then that'll be it. Okay.
Well, my name's Dan. I go by Dan in Demand on YouTube. I'm a reseller. I live in Indiana, and I'm motivated to list. I do this full time.
You're more motivated than me. I'm telling you, man. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. I was telling Dan before we went live, I got a bunch of big box of remotes that I'm working on today. So that's what I'm going to be working on, and they're really easy to list. What you do is you look down here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little model number at the bottom of it, and you just type it in. This one is CT-9995. And if you guys are out somewhere, you're at a thrift store or yard sale, and you see one of these remotes laying around for like a quarter, 50 cents or something, pick them up because they usually sell pretty quickly, and some of them will sell for good money. I mean, this one right here, I just listed before we went live. I paid 50 cents for it, and it sells on eBay for 20 bucks. So when you can pick something up for 50 cents and sell it for 20 bucks, all those smaller sales add up. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is kind of hanging out and listing. I'm going to drop the I haven't told Dan this, but I'm dropping the StreamYard link in the chat.
What?
So if you guys want to jump on and hang out with us, you can. The StreamYard link's in the chat. Or if you just want to ask us a question or you just want to hang out and list, that's cool. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Flip the World is here in the chat. He says,
"What's up,
must watch television." And I wanted to say hey to Javela Flips. Annie is here in the chat. Hey,
Annie?
Thanks for hanging out with us.
How you doing, Annie?
So, yep. So if you guys see me like looking down at my phone or taking pictures and posting stuff, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just working and posting stuff. Hey, Laura is here. Hey, Laura, I got your email. The last email you sent me, it just came up. The whole screen was white. It was blank. So I got your email that you sent it to me, but the screen was blank. So you'd have to send me another email. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Dan, tell the people what your plans are for Easter Sunday. You gonna go out hunting Easter eggs, or what you gonna be doing?
Well, tomorrow I'm just gonna cook out with my brother here, and we're doing my family's doing Easter next weekend. Going over to my mom's. I was gonna brag and tell you I stole the remote last week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I bought a bunch of remotes when I first started reselling. I bought them on eBay for I don't know $10, I think, or 15, something like that. And I sold one for 20, maybe a couple. I was all excited because I sold one for $15, but it's free shipping. I didn't realize I did free shipping on it.
Well, it's all right. You still sold it, Dan. It's a sell's a sell. But yeah, if you guys look on eBay and you type in wholesale lots or something, you could go and get a big box like this, like a big wholesale lot like this, shipped to your house. And if you could get them for a quarter, 50 cents, 75 cents or whatever, under $1, you can pick them up pretty inexpensively and get a big wholesale lot shipped to your door. And then you just chop them up and sell them individually, like Dan said. You sold it for 15 bucks. I'm sure if you shipped it out first class shipping, it probably didn't cost more than $4 or something.
It might have been it might have been under 4 ounces.
Right. It doesn't weigh anything, so it's
but 15 plus shipping sounded better.
Well, it's all right. You still sold it.
I was first I'd already sold it before because it's been listed forever. I didn't realize they still had it.
Right. I wanted to give a shout out to Jason is here in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you guys have questions for our guest, me or Dan, you could drop it in the chat, or you could just hang out with us. We're going to be trying to crank out some listings today. So, Dan, what has been going on with you, man? Last time I had you on, you remember last time I had you on my YouTube channel, and I was on your case trying to get you to get your watch time hours in so you can get monetized?
Yeah,
and you're monetized now, right?
Joey, right? Joey and I are on together, right?
Yeah, it was a while back, and then and you were like this close, and I was like, Dan, just go live and get your watch time hours in. And you were like, but I don't want to. I was like, dude, just go live on your channel, for a little bit, get your watch time hours in, and then you can do whatever you want to go do. So you're monetized now. You hit 2,000 subscribers. So all that stuff's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good. After the last time I talked to you, I think I'm trying to think how long ago that was. It was a long time ago.
It was a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing I was a little more I haven't been very consistent. So I attempt to do the last 2 weeks a listing live on my channel on Wednesday.
How's that been going?
Well, the first week the 2 weeks in, I've done one listing the first week and 3 the second. So it was okay. That's the hardest part about doing a listing live is that you kind of don't get that you don't get too many listings up.
But you can do it, Dan. You can do it. It just either way, you get to hang out with your subscribers and all that, and you get to hang out with the people here. I want to give a shout out to my buddy, the Cap guy is here in JT. He says, "Hey Jeff, Dan, what's up? Hey Cap guy, I dropped a StreamYard link in the chat. If you're going to jump on and hang out with us, you can. We're just doing like a listing live, hanging out. I'm listing remotes today. Dan, what are you listing today?
I'm listing some clothes. I mainly sell clothing. I don't remember if I told you that before or after.
All right. Well, how's that been going?
Pretty good. I have a lot more consistent sales than I was before.
Really?
I've been learning how to it seems like forever since we've talked on here. Been focusing more on like the sell-through rate of stuff. So
but you've been like picking up clothing and stuff like at the Goodwill bins and then going home and then like reselling them, or where you been sourcing at?
Yeah, mostly thrift stores. The bins, I haven't figured out how to source a big bin of clothing at the bins. The bins, I'll go get shoes, and I attempt to buy stuff. I'm looking around because I just went to the bins. I was trying to see what I just got something at the bins. There, I don't know anything about. I showed this on my channel the other day. I don't know anything about girls' clothes. I bought this because it was light, but I don't think I should. I don't know what it's called. Someone was helping me out. I got a pile. I don't know why I bought it, but I bought this. I found this at the bins the other day. It's a
what is that, Dave?
It's a sweater. This is a cable knit sweater.
Okay.
I never heard of the brand before. It's called McKenna's. It's made in, where does it say, Scotland, right? No, England.
All right.
It sells for like $30.
Really? That's cool.
So I took it the other day. I was messing with I bought a what do you call these things? A shaver.
What is that, like a lint remover? What is that?
A sweater shaver, because it's got like.
Oh well. All right.
It's got some stuff on it, so I was cleaning it up, making it look nicer. So I just take this and just kind of give it a good shave, make it look nice, and I'm gonna list. I haven't listed it yet. I gotta finish sweater shaving it. Sometimes I buy stuff like this, and then it's like when I know I see it has some value to it, and it should sell, but I gotta work on it, so I'll put it aside. And when I don't find anything to list, then I work on I have like a pile of projects right there. I don't like buying projects, but it's at the bins. I find myself buying stuff more that I need to work on, like projects for it. But
yeah,
but mainly I go to Goodwill or the regular thrift stores or whatever to source. Sometimes I pay too much. I just went this week. I'm listing some of the stuff I'm listing, so then I keep everything. I don't mess with I keep a notebook of everything when I'm listing it.
Why do you keep a notebook? I don't understand what that's for. You got to explain it, because Dan's a full-time reseller. This is all you do. You have to explain to me what this notebook is for. I got to figure this out. We got to get to the bottom of this. This is Dan's black notebook, guys. You ever heard of someone having like a little black book? Well, Dan has a black book for reselling. So this is we got to figure out what.
So I take all the pictures on my phone, and so I don't have like a pile of clothes in front of me when I'm listing. So I personally like to write it all down. I write what it is. I have two things that they had a spot on them, so I had to clean them. So I'll write down what it is, and then the date I'm listing it, and then I put down how much I paid for something, and then I give it a SKU number over here.
Okay.
That's the bin it's going to go in when I list it. But these two top ones I bought last week, and I was cleaning them. I don't remember what my average buy cost. That's what I was going to say. So I spent too much money this week. I bought some. I found some Nike stuff that I paid. I think I paid too much. I paid $9.27 for each of it, and it'll sell between probably. I'm gonna say 25 on the maybe 30, but probably 20 between $20 and $30. So
okay.
when I write it all down there,
I was going to tell you that there's a lot of eBay sellers, like in the listing, they'll go ahead and put in the listing the bin number or whatever. So that way, when the item sells, it's in the description and they know what bin number to pull their items from. So instead of you writing it in a notebook, you could just have it like in the description or in the title of your listing. So that way you'll say, okay, so like BB001 or whatever. And then that way, whenever the item sells, you know where it is. Instead of carrying around a notebook, you just print off the shipping label, and it's on there.
But you didn't. You asked me to tell you what I do. So I take the pictures, I write it down, and then when I'm going on to do like a listing live, or if I'm listing, I go sit down, I put TV on, I got my notebook there with me, and while I'm listing, I put all this information inside of the listing, and then it's all there. But
I understand, but I feel like you're doing too much work, Dan. You're like doing.
I will tell you the reason I don't stop is because I used to. This is just the old way I used to do it, and before I had when I first started reselling, I didn't have I would just keep stuff in a closet. I didn't have like a bin system or anything because I only had a few listings, and that's just how I used to do it. But there's times where I'm doing listings, and especially if I'm doing like this list, like a listing live, where it's not step by, because I'm interacting with you right now, talking to you. If I'm listing something, I'm gonna forget. If I don't put where that bin where it's at in the bins, it's a backup, so I can see what date I listed this item. I go back to that date, and I have written down what bin it's in, so it's a backup plan for me.
It works for you, Dan. Like that's your full-time gig, and if that's what works for you, it works for you, bro. I just feel like you're doing double the amount of work where you could just put it in the listing and it would be a lot quicker. But anyways, let me set your secret. It's not a secret anymore. I wanted to say hello to the cap guy. He says, I'm listing remotes. Dan's doing clothes. Too funny. Stole them while you were sleeping. Wanted to say hey to Pika Resellers is here. And I wanted to say hey to Cap Guy. He says, Dan, can I borrow the shaver? I need to trim my chest hair. and I wanted to say hey to Jennifer Hayes. I haven't seen you in a while. Actually, I think I saw you on Buffalo Pickers Live yesterday. And I wanted to say hey to Laura is here. Says the first piece that Dan held up was women's nightwear. Yeah, it said it was women's nightwear. And we have Milop here from Ukraine is hanging out with us. We're live on YouTube and Twitch. So thanks for hanging out with us today. And I wanted to say hey to Calorie Seller Louise. Man, you've been busy, bro. Tell me, man, how has your new Whatnot auction been going, man? He's been busy. He's doing auctions on YouTube, and then he's been doing his Whatnot auction. So hope everything's been.
You go on Whatnot?
I haven't been on there yet. No.
I can't. I haven't watched it. I've watched a few people. Now, I've clicked on a few times, but I get too sidetracked. I watched for like a second, and then I just saw he had a bunch of VHS tapes. I don't know if that was yesterday's auction. It looked interesting. It looked like a bunch of cool stuff. What's up, Luis, Danny, Bobby, hey everyone, Jennifer. Hello, everybody. Oh yeah. So I mean, this is every time I tell anybody about my notebook, it's always it sounds stupid, but it's my safety net. It's like having a baby, like your baby blanket. It's my safety net.
Okay, right.
I just walk around.
What works for you. If that's what worked for you, it works for you.
Yeah. It's messed up, man. I'm almost done with it. I need to get another one.
You need to get another one. Okay.
It's almost out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's been times where I'll so where's that something I have? Let me grab it. So when I list everything, I put it in a bag, and then it gets that same SKU number right there.
Yeah.
So the other way instead of doing the notebook was when it gets bagged, I throw it on a scale, and I snap a picture of it so I know the weight of it. Because I list on eBay, Poshmark, and Facebook Marketplace, and I use the Facebook Marketplace shipping. So like they have different tiered systems. So I know if I can get it. If it's under 8 ounces, it can cost $4 for shipping. So in my head, because I might take, well, like today I took I had 5 this morning and I took 6 more pictures for today to do. But sometimes I'll be able to knock out, like I have 18 pictures of stuff saved in my phone. So I'll have to, it'll go listing through it. I don't remember what I was telling. Oh, but I'll take a picture of it, so then I'll have the SKU number in there, so I don't have to carry my notebook around. But in the case that I lose where I put the item, and if I don't put it in the SKU, if I don't put it inside of the app, I have a backup because I'll delete the pictures after I'm listed it. I delete all the pictures.
All right, cool. Hey, I just wanted to give a shout out to Kelly Reseller. Louise is here, and Jen's Multiverse is here. She says, Dan, do you also carry your baby gate around with you? So, hey, guys, if you came in late, I just want to let you know, Kelly Reseller Louise and Jen and Cap Guy and Pequa Resellers, I dropped the StreamYard link in the chat. So if you guys want to jump on and hang out with us and list some items, I dropped the link in the chat so you can hang out with us for a little bit. We're going to be on for probably like an hour. So, so Dan, it says that you're going to be just hanging out with your family for Easter tomorrow. You don't have no major plans?
Nah, I never have. Most of the time it's just like listing, listing. Yeah, listing. So I'm just.
Dan's Easter listing extravaganza. That sounds interesting.
I mean,
hey, Kelly Reseller Louise says, "Hey Dan, how is Dodger doing?"
He's doing good. He's over here. Oh, I don't have my camera set up. He's sleeping right there.
Oh, he's taking a nap. Okay, cool.
Yeah. We just got back from our afternoon walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. He's gonna want to go on another one later. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I've taken him on 2 walks already today.
Wow, that's a lot of walking.
But he gets like 3 or 4 a day. Not all by me.
Really?
My mom helps. My mom takes him for some walks.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really have much planned other than I don't want to make it sound like all I do is list all day because I'd have a billion listings. But I'm gonna watch some sports. The basketball playoffs. I think they already started today. So basketball.
Oh yeah, the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, so those. I think it started today, and I watch hockey. I like hockey now. I've been watching hockey.
Well, what team do you pull for in the NBA? I'm just curious. I'm assuming the Pacers because you live in Indiana. Is that the case or no?
So I live about an hour from Chicago. So
oh, really?
I don't like when I was a kid. As a kid, I liked the Minnesota Timberwolves because I used to live in Minnesota.
Okay.
But I've always liked the Bulls because I grew up during Michael Jordan. So the Bulls have always been cool. I like the Pacers. I don't have a favorite team, I guess. I like I just like a good basketball game, I guess. But if I have to pick a team, probably the Bulls now. But I like the T-Wolves. I like Pacers suck though.
I'm with
you. Players. It's really hard now to like a team. I think the players switch teams so much. I like players. Like I play fantasy sports and I like to bet on sports. So basically, who's ever gonna cover the spread today for me? I didn't bet on the games. I didn't bet on the games today.
Yeah, I don't really have enough time to just sit here and like watch like a whole game because I got so much stuff going on. So it's hard for me to just sit down for 2-3 hours and just watch a whole game. But I try to catch the highlights and stuff on YouTube. You know, they'll condense like a 3-hour game into like 15 minutes. You know, so you can catch the replay. And I'm in Tampa. We don't have a team here in Tampa. The closest NBA team we got is the Orlando Magics, and then the Miami Heat. And Orlando Magic suck. So I've been pulling for the Miami Heat. They're number 1 in the East right now. So I'm hoping to at least get to the finals this year because last year they got swept in the first round. So, hopefully they'll won't get put out in the first round again this year.
Yeah, you know, before I started, when I had a normal go to work job, I didn't really follow that many sports anymore except for football. But
you probably didn't have time to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. last year I didn't really do it out of normalcy of I didn't have to. I felt like I didn't watch. Couldn't follow it, but now I've kind of made sure I kept up with NCAA this year. I've been watching some NBA because I have more time. So like it sucks because the only sport I have a team is baseball. I like the Cubs. But they don't. I don't pay for the. You have to pay for. They're on like a marquee network, and I don't get it. I have to pay for it. So I haven't seen a Cubs game other than like a few in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I didn't know that you lived that close to Chicago. I thought you were like close to Indianapolis.
No, I'm about 3 hours from Indianapolis.
All right.
I've never been to a Bulls game, but I've been to a few Pacers games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. It's good. It's a good. Indianapolis is a nice city.
Yeah.
I'm almost done with one listing. How many remotes?
I don't know, dude. I started listing for like before we went live, and I have a whole pile of them here. So like when we started, this box was like completely full, and now it's like half empty. So I'm working on this big old box of remotes. So hopefully I'll get like half of them done today, and I'll probably get the other half done tomorrow because there's probably, I don't know, man, maybe 100 in this box, 150. There's a big box in here, so I'm gonna try to get at least half of them done today, the other half done tomorrow. I don't, I'm too old to go Easter egg hunting, and so I'm just gonna probably hang out and do some listings and probably do some courier runs if the courier company has work for me to do, and maybe go out to dinner or something. I've really been wanting breakfast food, so it's like I'm not a morning person, but it's like I would go to like Denny's or IHOP and then order breakfast food even though it's not like breakfast time,
Breakfast dinner is a good idea.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna make spaghetti tonight.
Okay. All right, cool. So Dan, I got a question, man. Are you making enough sales? Because a lot of people have said their sales have slowed down since Q4 is over. Are you making enough sales to keep up with, with everything?
Yeah. Yesterday was slow. I had one sale all day yesterday. Well, today's been pretty good. Let's see. I had 4 on eBay today, and then I've had 2 on Facebook, and then 1 on Poshmark. So I've had 7 sales today. And then so yesterday was slow. The day before I had 7 on Friday night. I had 7. I mean, I have definitely I've done good. I've had good weeks and good months, or yeah, well, I guess good months. I was talking about this on my live a few weeks ago. Is that I do a goal. You were asking me before how many listings I had, and I told you 7. I have about 700. I'm trying to list. I keep track of. I list dollar amount every day. So my goal is to list $200 worth of sales a day, and then and I try to do that 6 days a week. So my goal every week is about $1,200 of money to be listed, and usually I try to also list about 10 items a day, I guess. So I try to get about 60 items a week, but I don't hit that ever. Because I don't have 60 items of. I'm trying to, because I've mainly been focusing on clothing, and I've been trying not to spend. See, this week was rough because I spent up the other day because I was having a tough time finding stuff. So I ended up spending up on stuff that I think will sell fast, and so it's not like the world's greatest profit. But I guess all that to tell you, yeah, like for the last year, I've kept track, and I sell about 100 to around 100 is my goal of sales on eBay a month, and then I sell around 30 on Facebook, and then Poshmark is hit or miss. Like I've had 3 or 4 sales on Poshmark this week, which doesn't really. It doesn't seem like it's okay. Like I'm happy for it, but take a breath. You're exhausting. I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer, Jen.
I just wanted to know, like, how if you were because I have like 7,000 items listed on my main eBay store, and my sales have been kind of slow. The past, I don't know, 2-3 weeks. Like I've still been making sales pretty much every day, but it feels like it's kind of slowed down a little bit. That's why I was wondering, because if you have 700 items in your store, and that's like your main source of income is to reselling through eBay. I just wanted to know like how your sales were doing, if they were up or they were down, or how they've been lately for
They've
your
been steady for
store.
the last year. Over the last
Yeah.
year, I gross sales about $3,000 a month, and they've been steady. That's why I'm trying. I would like to list. I need to list more. That's why I'm hoping, but I don't want to just go buy whatever to list. I'm trying to find stuff that is worth listing. I guess. It's like that's gonna sell fast.
Yeah. So Dan, I got a question. Do you have like a Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshalls or anything like that near you?
Yeah, I have all of those.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, you should go by and check it out. I was watching the Real Ross Boss like a week or so ago, dude, and they had so much stuff he was getting on clearance for like 50 cents, like
Really?
brand new shoes. Yeah, stuff that's brand new with tags. You don't have to do any cleaning, any testing, and he was picking stuff up for like 50 cents, $1 a piece. And dude, he was walking out of there with like clothes, shoes, hats. He had like little like wallets and purses and stuff. He was picking up for 50 cents a piece.
Oh
So
wow.
I'm just was wondering because I don't know. I guess it's different depending on like what area. Because like you're in Indiana and I'm in Florida, so the time when they go and clearing stuff out may be different. But if you're already in the neighborhood, you should go in there and check it out because if you got stuff that's brand new with tags, you could just take a picture like front, back, put the put it if it's new or used, put the price tag on it, and then boom, it's listed. You don't have to go through and to clean it up. You don't have to, do any of that. You just take a picture, front, back, boom, it's listed, and then whenever it sells, you ship it out. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. I don't know if you had any like nearby your town. So, my goal, I'm trying to get my main eBay store to 10,000 probably by this summer, and then right now I've been working on launching I have a second eBay store, and it was on PayPal, and I didn't want to switch over to managed payments because I didn't want to wait 3 to 5 business days to like get my money. So I kept it on PayPal, and then I logged in and I was like, man, I haven't made any sales in a couple of days. So I logged in and eBay wiped all my listings out on the store. So I have to start my second store over again from zero. And you know how it is. You have to like link it to your bank account and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been working on that this week.
So
that's my goal.
You are not. Are you on managed payments on there now?
Yeah, but I was on PayPal because I wanted to stay on PayPal as long as possible because I didn't want to wait 3 to 5 business days or whatever it was for the money to hit my account. So I was like, no, I want to stay on PayPal. So I stayed on there as long as I could. So, but yeah, I'm working on that, and I think I'm going to look into maybe selling shoes and clothes and hats and stuff like that on that store. And then my main store, I'm just going to stay with mostly selling media on my main store because eBay gives you 10,000 free listings in those select categories. So you can pay $20 and have 10,000 items in your store and hopefully be cranking out listings. I've been sending offers to watchers and, doing promoted listings, things like that. I do right now. I've just been doing 1%. What's your promoted listings been for you, Dan?
So I switch it. I run my. How often do you switch your? Do you leave it on no matter what? I do.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I do it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll do Friday through Sunday, and I'll start a campaign, end a campaign every 2 days, and then leave it for the weekend. So I range anywhere from I'll do 2.7% all the way up to 3.9% of my listings.
I usually just do 1% and just leave it and go because I feel like I'm doing all the work and I'm already giving eBay like 13-14% of my gross sales anyways. So a lot of times I'll just put it at 1%. But promoted listings usually account for like half my sales because like when you sells on the listing, it'll say on there like if it was promoted listings or not.
It'll say, yeah. I usually sell most of them. I'll try not. Oh, so no, I meant I said that wrong too. I do 2.7 to 3. I switch it every couple of days. It's added on to the trending rate too. So some stuff I sell it sells higher. It sells high. But I've tried days where not to do promoted listings because sometimes I just feel like it's like you said, like I've already paid enough in fees that I don't want to do it. But if I don't do it, I don't make any sales. I'm not making any sales. So it's scary. I'm scared to death that there's some of the stuff that I just spent, $10 on. If I sell it for 20 after I pay fees, I don't know, man. I'm hoping I love Facebook because you only pay 5% fees on Facebook. Straight fees.
Yeah, but you got a lot more buyers on the eBay platform. But yeah, I just sell on eBay. I'm not on all the other platforms and stuff. But let me say hello to the Bargain Effect is here in the chat hanging out with us. Jen is here, says, Dan, take a breath. Laura says, Ross prices go down in my area in February or March. A lot of them are 49 cents a piece items. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You can get stuff brand new with tags. I think it's like red tagged or yellow tagged, and it's down to like 50 cents a piece. And I wanted to say hey to Landshark Picker is here. He says, how often do you end and relist your items?
So I do. I just have them till the end. But like if I'm going through and I'm looking, if I haven't made sales in a few days, or if I know I'm only gonna do like 0 or 5, I try to list every day. But if I'm not gonna list a day, or if I'm only gonna list 5 things, I'll go through with stuff that's gonna end. And I'll end and relist it, and I'll switch something in it to hopefully make a sale. Or if it's something that I'm like, why isn't this sold? Because some stuff when you list it, you're like, yeah, this is gonna sell, and then it doesn't sell, and then you forget about it, and you're like, why isn't this sell when you look up? So just like on that, who was I just watching? I was just watching a video where they were talking about that, and then they went through and they were ending. Who was it? I think it was the 5 resellers. They ended listings and they restarted them, and they saw like a huge tick in sales. So I was like, man, maybe I should look into doing that more. Last April was one of my best months ever.
Really?
Yeah, I did over 4,000 last year on during April. So I was kind of hoping this month would. It's been about the same. It's been the same as it's been. I was hoping it would pick up, but I think last year, because I do 2-day handling. And last year I switched because of the winter. Because in the winter, I do 2-day handling in case there's a bad storm or something. I don't have to get out in the snow or whatever. And during the spring I switched to 1-day handling. So I'm thinking about switching this week to going back to 1-day handling time, and maybe that'll trigger to get some more sales going. But I don't even know. Is that the question?
Well, he was asking you how many times you end your listing and relist them. I have like 7,000 items, and it'd be a pain in the butt for me to go through and end and relist them. And most of the items that I have are items like this, that's like media items. So what happens is that you get 10,000 free listings in these select categories. So at the end of the 30 days, if your item doesn't sell, it'll auto relist and you pay 0 insertion fees. So I just kind of let it ride. And like I said, I'll do my 1% promoted listings. And then, like I said, I send out offers to watchers, do promoted listings, listing more items. There's stuff you can do to kind of help stimulate sales. But it's like at a certain point, I'm already giving eBay like 13-14% in fees, and I'm doing all the work. So it's like they're bringing the traffic, but I feel like I'm doing all the work. But yeah, there are some people that do spend more on promoted listings because they need more sales. But I still have my regular, I guess, 9 to 5 job. So if I don't make sales, like I'm still, all my bills are still going to be paid. It's nothing. I'm cool with it. I wanted to give a shout out real quick to Victory is here, says where at in Indiana, and I wanted to say hey to Guan Pug is here, says what's up Jeff and Dan. It's Guan Pug. Nice haircut, Jeff. Hey, thanks. I'm trying to have the same haircut as Dan, so we can.
I need a haircut.
Yeah, right.
When we got on here, you reminded me I probably need to cut my hair.
I was just, we were gonna have a matching haircut today. So, but they want to know where at in Indiana. Dan said that he lives close to Chicago, like an hour out, right?
Yeah, I live in Northwest Indiana. I was gonna look to see how much because I get really nervous about so when I list stuff, it doesn't go on promoted listings right away, but it'll go on the next batch. But I was gonna look. I've been doing this. I've been promoting like this for, gosh, it feels like a while. Let me see how many I've done in the last month. Last month I paid $150 in promoted listing fees.
Yeah, but you said you sold over 3,000 though, right?
Yeah, over 3,000 in sales. And that's how it's been. That's how it's been for me. So it's scary when you sell something. which is good. I would obviously I've gone to the you know, I get all, let me slow down. I get all worked up. I get a little down when I go on Instagram and stuff and see how awesome other people do. Like want to drive myself. Oh, I did 3,500 last month. Dang, I didn't even realize I did that.
You did good then. That's good for you. I mean, you're doing good. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't get down because it's like if that's it, okay, if that's all someone does and they have 24 hours out of their day free to go and source and take photographs and list and ship, and that's all they do, and they have 24 hours out of their day to do that, then of
Yeah.
course they're going to be out there crushing and killing it. Like to me,
I
I'm
have
thinking like,
24 hours.
yeah, but I'm saying we all have 24 hours in a day, but it's like I'm doing my courier gig. I'm working on shooting YouTube videos. I'm, posting stuff on eBay. I got other side projects that I'm working on. So I don't have, 8 or 10 hours a day just to devote to just eBay. But like I said, I got 7,000 items listed. And whenever someone buys something, I box it up and ship it out to them, as soon as possible. But it's like, if think about it, if you don't have any responsibilities, you don't have a wife and kid, you don't have any pets, you don't have nothing else going on, you can do that, because it's like I'm reached out to
me though, Jeff.
well, I'm just saying, like I reached out to dealing with Dalton, and he's in Orlando, and I see him on Instagram, and he's got he wills out whole boxes and boxes of stuff. So I reached out to him, and I was going to say like, hey, because I'm in Tampa, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm like an hour away. I was going to drive over there and meet up with him, and we're going to shoot a video like in his like storage unit for like quick 10-15 minute video and talk about how he goes sourcing, what his average cost of goods are, what his average sell price is, stuff like that. But it's like, if you're somebody in that situation and you don't have a wife, you don't have any kids, you don't have hardly any pets, and you have 24 hours out of your day free that you can, devote to reselling, of course you're going to make more sales because you're putting more time and money and energy into it. If there's somebody that has a full-time job and you're working 8 or 10 hours a day and you sleep 8 hours a day, like you have less time to work on it, so you're going to make more sales. So it doesn't really bother me. I'm glad. I want everybody to make as much sales as they can. You never know when.
No, not that it bothers me that they make that. Is that if I used to try to, like, the number one thing is when you see stuff is don't compare yourself to other people. I always compare myself like, oh my god, like I'm ecstatic I did 3,500. Well, now I thought it was 3,000. That's how much more money I made last month than I realized.
Well, you're doing good. You're making more money than you even knew. You're doing really good then.
Well, yeah, that doesn't sound good either, though.
No, but you did 3,500 gross, and that's just on eBay. You're also selling Facebook Marketplace. You're selling on Poshmark. You're selling on Mercari. So you have like 4 or 5 different platforms you're selling on. You're not on Mercari anymore?
Mercari doesn't count anymore.
Okay.
I've only sold. I turned off everything I had listed on Mercari a couple weeks ago, and then I slowly added. I was relisting stuff on there, and I just not really into it. Like it's hard. It's hard because when I go I list everything. I list everything on my own. I don't use any of the cross posting software. I list it all by myself, and I got to the point where I was listing stuff on eBay, Facebook, Poshmark, and then I would list it on Mercari. And then by the time I got done listing, it would be it would sell. Like, I mean, not literally, but it just seemed like it was taking too long to do all that stuff. So then I picked and chose what I was going to put on Mercari, and then I slowly stopped putting stuff on Mercari, and then it turned into hardly ever list on Mercari, and then I don't like their shipping, and if you do free shipping, that you can ship it on your own, it's very hard to try to. I feel, for me, it's hard to give a good price and try to work out a deal when you're also going to get hooked with the shipping, because I feel like I was making more by not. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand the shipping. Is my biggest problem, I guess.
All right.
They changed the shipping. It was doing good and then they upped their shipping because I just use their shipping because I charge shipping for everything.
Yeah, Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I let the eBay customers pay for shipping when I ship out an item. So, but I just wanted to say hey to that reseller guy is here in the chat hanging out with us. He says dominate 1 or 2 sites. Don't spread yourself out on 8 or 10. Yeah, I'm just on eBay at the moment. But like I said, this isn't like my full-time gig. Dan does Poshmark. He sells on Facebook Marketplace. He sells on other platforms as well. Jason says, when shipping VHS tapes, is it better to ship in a box or a bubble envelope? The reseller guy says that he ships in a box. I ship out a lot of items in a 6x9 padded envelope, but I think it just depends on, it just depends on how, expensive the item is. To me, it's like if I'm selling a $10, $15, $20 item, a lot of times I'll just put it in a 6x9 padded envelope and then ship it out because it's padded. It's not going to get really damaged. It's, but if it's going to be an expensive one, if you're selling like a $700, $800 VHS tape, then yeah, I would put it in a box envelope and put, bubble wrap around it and everything else. But if it's like a $10, $15, $20 item, I'll just put it in a little 6x9 padded envelope, put a shipping label on it, drop it in the mailbox. Media mail is like $3.19 or something, and just be done with it. That's just what I do.
So yeah, I can see that, like if it's a few dollars, but I think for me personally, I would ship it in a box because it's going to cost you putting a VHS tape in a box. It's still going to be under £1.
Yeah.
So you're gonna it's still going to be $3.
The shipping's going to be the same. If it's under £1, it's still going to be $3.19. But yeah, I just have a ton of 6x9 padded envelopes, and it's a lot quicker and easier for me to just be like,
oh yeah, I agree
when
with
you're
that.
shipping out items, be like, boom, boom, throw it in there, put the shipping label on it, ship it out. Because I ship out a lot of
probably under $10. I would probably use a bubble mailer. Honestly, I think over $10, I'd probably just use a box. Just for over delivery.
Yeah, because you don't want to get returns and stuff, right?
Yeah, get them upset. Which I think it'd work perfectly. I worked years before I worked as a reseller. I worked at the video store. I worked at Blockbuster, and we would get they would ship us stuff from the distribution centers. It would come in a padded mailer and stuff like that, or it would come in boxes with basically no padding and be VHS tapes. So it'll make it, but for the prices. I mean, as long as I want to go out buying boxes. I guess if you have boxes, like you use your free coupon from your store, or if you have boxes like whatever leftovers from whatever you order or whatever, it would work. I like shipping media. Media mail's the best. I wish I could just sell media stuff.
Well, you can if you wanted to, but yeah, I mean, either way, if it's under £1, it's still going to ship for $3.19. So whatever's easier for you. I ship it out. Like I said, I ship my stuff out in 6x9 padded envelopes. I haven't had anybody send me a message and said the item was damaged or broken or anything like that. But if you want to be on the safe side and send it out in a box, that's cool too. I wanted to say hey to Laura. Laura says $3,500 is great, Dan. That reseller guy says, yep, price point matters. Vic says, I agree. I have over 6,000 items listed, and I do it part-time in addition to my day job. I can just imagine where I'd be without that soul-sucking job. Yeah, everybody only has 24 hours in a day, and I'm with you, bro. I still do my corporate job or my courier job, and I have 7,000 items listed on eBay. But yeah, I mean, if you had more free time in the day and you're able to list more items, you could. But then also at a certain point, it's like my brain gets like I can probably list like 100 items in a day, and then once I get to that point, it's like my brain is like, all right, I'm done with you. It's like I don't want to list any more items today. We want to say hello to Fart Jack says, "Oh, Danny boy," and I wanted to say hey to the ATL Flippers is here. Says I've made some decent loot on VHS tapes. Nina J is here. Hey Nina J, I saw you on Buffalo Pickers live last night. Says, hey, Jeff, and hello, guest and everyone. January House is here. It says, hello, everyone. I am at my mom's for Easter, but wanted to support Jeff and Dan. Hit a thumbs up. Hey, January House. Thanks for jumping in and hanging out with us. Yeah, it's been a while since I got a chance to catch up with Mike, but I seen him. I seen him. He was on with Kat the Nurse Flipper a while back. He's been getting around. Yeah.
I invited him on my live this last week, and he didn't want to come. He said he was too busy.
Well, I mean, it's the holiday season. Everybody's busy, So Quan says, yo, Dan, don't be hard on yourself. You're doing more in a month than most. You'll keep growing. Yeah, you'll be fine. And Larry is here. Says, "Hey, Dan, Jeff, and Mike. Hey, what's up, man? You guys, I dropped the StreamYard link in the chat earlier. So if you guys want to jump on and hang out with us and list some items, I dropped the StreamYard link here in the chat. And I wanted to say hey to Larry and Fart Sack Jack is here. And Mike is here, January House. So we're just hanging out doing some listings. If you guys are running late, I am listing. Yep, we're supposed to be listing. I am listing remotes, and Dan has been listing clothes today. So that's what
I've listed AP
what the game plan is.
A pair of jeans.
Well, it's all good. It's all good. You're doing good, Dan. I did 5. Because a lot of people. I'm just saying, a lot of people have been complaining, saying their sales were slow. That's why I asked to see how you're doing because, if you did $3,500 in sales and there's 30 days in a month, that means you're averaging about $116 a day in sales. So you're doing, pretty good.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I had to go. I think it's okay. So that's what I told you before. I thought I made 3,000 because at the end of the month I had some really good sales. I sold a jersey for like $130. So what day did I sell those shoes? I sold a pair of shoes for like $150. So I that could have been in April, but I'm not sure. No, I do. I mean,
now I know why you have now we know why you have that notebook, Dan, so you can keep track of everything, right?
Well, I was texting with Mike, the January House this morning. Him and Joe, Philly Picker. I was asking them how this because but it comes if I have a good week, I'll have a bad weekend. If I have a bad weekend, I'll have a good week. It just seems to kind of go like I can't have it like always be good either. Like. So so yesterday was Friday. So like Thursday was good. My Friday stuck. Now my Saturday's good, which I wasn't expecting too much out of this weekend just because it's Easter weekend. Like it's Easter. So how many people? I guess maybe tomorrow night it'll be. In my head, people are busy. They're too busy to be on eBay. But I guess if they're sitting around later with their family, they're like, oh yeah, I gotta buy a shirt. I go on so maybe it'll be better.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I'm ecstatic, but I get worried. You can Jaguar House can agree if he's still listening because I'll text him whining like I haven't made a sale all day or hey it's hard. I try to feel like it evens out. That's how I used to deal poker. I used to have a bad day. Or a bad table, and then by the end of the day, but end of the week, it all evens out.
So, yeah, but when you were a poker dealer, you were used to kind of like living off tips, right? So you were used to kind of things kind of fluctuating and going up and down.
Yeah, you put the work in. So that's how I feel like I can do more. Like, well, I'll get what I have to get done today. It's impossible. I think it's impossible to list and talk on here too.
Well, you can do it if you want to. It's just all people here came to see you, Dan. So
I don't know about that, but I have.
You're on the thumbnail. You're the star of the show. You're on the thumbnail. People here came to come by to hang out and see you today.
Yeah, right.
So hey, I wanted to say hello to Sal is here. Says hello.
What's up, Sal? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh.
Vic says 100 a day. Yeah, well, when you're listing media items, they go by really quick. All you have to do is you just scan the little barcode, take a picture front and back, and they go. You can crank them out pretty quickly. And Fort Stack Jack says, I just posted some postcards, got about 3 done, and I am over. So I saw there's another YouTuber I saw. I think his name is like Pie's Postcards or something. You know the guy I'm talking about?
Pie's Postcards.
Yeah, he has like thousands and thousands and thousands of postcards. And I tried to reach out to him on Instagram, and that was like a month ago, and he never did email me back. But he just kills it selling postcards. Like that's his thing, and he has thousands and thousands and thousands of them. Yeah, I was just saying earlier that I got a haircut so I can look like Dan. So me and Dan have the same.
Look how long my hair's getting.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna have matching haircuts. And next time you come on, we gotta have matching shirts on, Dan. So next time we gotta have matching shirts too.
I have the same shirt in different colors. I have like 9 of these now. The same shirt.
Oh yeah. And it's just like I have like 5 of the same shirt, so that way when I get up, I don't have to think about what I want to wear. It's just like, oh, grab it,
That's
put it on, and go. Out the door.
that's the dream, right? I watch Matt Diavella on YouTube. He's a minimalist. Well, I don't know if that's what he talks about minimalism, and he wears the same gray T-shirt for years, and he buys like 12 of them. So that's how I got into like, oh, so you don't have to think about, because I always do extra little laundry when I had like my favorite T-shirt was I'm like, oh, I want to wear my favorite T-shirt again. So I would do extra laundry so I could wear it or I wouldn't be happy. So if you just buy the same shirt that you like, this shirt's okay. I don't really like it that much.
Okay.
But I bought it, so I gotta wear it. As a reseller, man, I can't just go blowing money on clothes all the time now either. I gotta save my money. Gotta save my money.
Well, then what are you trying to save your money up for? I'm just curious. Like, what's your goal? I know you're a full-time reseller, but like, what's your goal right now with reselling? Are you going to try to grow and scale your business? Like, you're at 700. Do you want to hit like 1,000 items on your eBay store? What would you like to do?
I used to, when I first saw, this summer is going to be turning into 3 years of doing reselling. I used to think I needed to have 1,000 listings, and that's why I was telling you before. I'm at 700. I was about beginning of the year. No, it must have been the end of last year. I was about at 800, and I took down about 100 of stuff to just try to move it out in a lot or something. You know what? Honestly, it's just been focusing on stuff that's gonna sell hopefully faster, and other than that, I don't honestly know what my plan is right now. I kind of I know it sounds weird, but when I started part-time. I was working, and I just had like a goal. I was going to get out of debt, and that's why I started reselling. And then when I got into when the pandemic started, I ended up falling into doing this full time now. And I used to spend more time. I used to spend more time on YouTube than I did on my reselling. Like, I also didn't really know. I didn't really know what I was reselling. I was buying everything, spending way too much more money. So now I try to. I'm just trying to focus on just focusing on right now clothing. So I'm just trying to grow on that and then see where it takes me. I guess figure it out as I go.
All right.
I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but
you're doing okay. You said you did $3,500 in sales last month, and you're going to be getting more listings. You're going to grow your store at your own pace. I had a guest on like 2 weeks ago. He had like maybe 1,000 items or a little less than 1,000 items in his store, and he had like $50,000 in sales in 90 days on eBay. And
wow,
and he had less than 1,000 items in his eBay store. So you don't need to have a huge store if you don't want to. I need to have a bigger store because I'm selling a lot of items that are $10, $15, $20, $30 items. So I got to have a larger store in order to make it up in volume. But if you're selling higher ticket items, you don't need to have.
A lot of my stuff's about that same price though, Jeff. Like it's just.
I mean, you're doing good, and like I said, you did $3,500 in sales. That was just eBay. That doesn't count Facebook Marketplace. That doesn't count how you did on Poshmark and the other platforms you're selling on. So you're doing fine. Let's say hello to
Mercari is pretty much non-existent. Poshmark's a couple sales, but mainly eBay and Facebook are my two main. I would guess.
Your buddy is here, Billy Flipper. It's here. Yeah, he's here in the chat. Laura says I can't multitask. You're lucky, Jeff. I would make too many mistakes. No, it's easy, guys. So look, what you do. Like with what I'm doing is very easy. If you look right here on the bottom, there's a little serial and a little model number right here, right above where my finger is. So all you do is you type it in, and then you can look right here on eBay. I'll pull it up. This is like a $10 remote. It's not super expensive item. And then once I pull it up, I'll just click right here, and then I'll find somebody else's listing. And a lot of times I'll just click right here at the bottom where it says sell one like this or sell similar. You click on that one, and a lot of the information is already filled in for you. So all you got to do is take a picture front and back, put in if it's new or used, and then put in the price you're listing it for, and then it's listed. It's not rocket science. It's very easy. Fart Sack Jack says, I just got accepted to Fly PD. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming, is that the
Flip?
police department?
No, flipped. I think flipped. It's um. You can
I don't
like
know.
post.
I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't know what that is. But I wanted to say hey to Bluegrass Thrift is here in the chat hanging out.
Ollie?
Woody Hayes is here. Says look like Chia Pet hairdos. Yeah, you just got to add water to it and it'll grow.
Flip. Flip is I've heard other people. I don't know if it's something different. I've heard about other people talk about it something different on it, but where did it go? I have it. I heard another channel was talking about it before. You can like they have I don't know if I'll be able to. You can go on here and you can like source. You can like apply to source people to list stuff for people.
Really?
Yeah, but I've heard other people talk about something different on it. I don't know if it's the same thing.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. I had worked for a company long time ago as an eBay lister, and I think they paid me like $15 an hour cash. So, and I would show up there and work part time for like 3-4 hours a day and help them list items. And it was crazy. It was like a brick and mortar company. And what they would do is they would get a lot of these Amazon returns, like someone had bought the item and then returned it back to them. And then they couldn't sell it as new anymore because it wasn't new. So then they wanted to like, they sold a lot of outdoor stuff like camping and hiking boots and all this stuff. And so we would get them, and then I would take photographs and post it on eBay for them. But I mean, it wasn't that much money. I mean, you figure $15 an hour, and you did it 4 hours a day. It was like what, $60 a day? It wasn't much, but they would pay you cash, and there wasn't like no taxes or anything taken out. And I helped them grow their store. And I have them as a reference if I ever wanted to do it again in the future. But it's like I said earlier, you only have 24 hours in a day. So if you spend 3-4 hours out of your day helping somebody else with their eBay store, you could be listing items in your store and growing your store.
yeah, there's someone saying Paul said it was a cross listing thing. I don't know if they're the same if it's the same company or if it's something different.
Yeah.
Because the one I learned it was on who was it? Thrift Life Matt. He was talking about it, so I downloaded and looked at it, and it was just kind of to get like if I don't know if you watch him. He's a clothing reseller out in California, and he finds like just stuff that it's brands that I've never heard of that I don't see around here. So when he's talking about this, I'm like, oh, maybe I could look at getting some of those items in my store. So then you pay a percentage. I don't know. I looked into it. I looked at it and it just didn't really intrigue me that much. But I was curious. But then I saw someone else. It's a website, not an app. So it must be something different because Paul's saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used any cross listing
the other day. He was talking about. I don't know someone was talking about him as a cross lister, and I was confused if it was the same thing.
Yeah, I reached out to List Perfectly, and they've been blowing me off for like 3 months. So if you guys watch my live, you guys have been blowing me off for 3 months straight. So they're supposedly supposed to come on next month in May, and I'm going to try to bring them on the channel for like a half hour, 45 minutes, and let them give their spiel to let people know what kind of cross-listing platforms that they offer and price points and all that. Because there's some people that swear by it, that they make a ton of money through cross-listing, and other people feel like it's a waste of time. But I've reached out to them, and it's like every time I send them an email, they're like, oh, well, we'll reschedule in April. We'll reschedule in March. We'll reschedule in May. And I'm just like, okay, dude, like I'm working around your schedule. So, but yeah, hopefully they'll be on in the next couple weeks and we can pick their brains and ask them questions about it. Jen says, I hate listing for myself. I could never list for anyone else. No way. And Philly Flipper says, come list for me. I'll pay you in sushi. I don't know if that sound like a good deal to you. And Larry is here. Says, hey, Paul and Jen, thanks for hanging out with us.
So Paul, do you use Flip? So the cross listing, I don't do. I had thought about trying out like List Perfectly, but I list on my phone, and as far as I know, they didn't have. As far as I know, I don't think there's a cross listing post or company that does where you can do it on your phone. You have to do it on the laptop, and I don't list like that, so I don't think I would use it.
Yeah, I haven't used them before, so I can't tell you. I can't give you my opinion if they work well enough or not. But I've seen other resellers that have, made a bunch of money cross listing, and they said it was worth it to them. So we'll at least give them, we'll at least give them, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, let them say their piece, and then I'm going to bring them on live. So if somebody wants to ask them questions or pick their brain or say, say yay or nay if they like the product or not, that's why I bring them on live, so you guys can ask them questions and pick their brains and hopefully get all your questions answered.
Yeah, wait, what is he? Oh no, he didn't say. Jeff, you said you had over 1,000 items in your store?
Me, I have 7,000 items right now on my main
7,
eBay
000.
store. Yeah.
Holy.
And I'm trying to get to 10,000 by this summer. So like I said, I have 7,000 items, but they're mostly media items. They're like CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, VHS tapes. All that stuff falls into select categories. So that way I don't have to pay any insertion fees at the end of the month. So if at the end of the 30 days, if those items don't sell, it'll auto relist, and then eBay will pay you 0 fees for listing that item. But yeah,
or anything. You don't use a store?
Yeah, I have an eBay store, but what I'm saying is, if you list items that are in those select categories, like I just told you, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS tapes, video games, audiobooks, they all fall in the media category. And at the end of the 30 days, that item doesn't sell, it'll auto relist, and you pay 0 fees at the end of the month. So the little insertion fees they charge you every month, where if you go over, let's say the basic store that's $21 a month, they give you 1,000 listings. Well, if you go over that 1,000 listings, they charge you for insertion fees every month that the item doesn't sell. So yeah, right now I don't know, I'm at
the basic store.
Yeah, I'm right at 7,100 items. So like I said, my goal is to get to 10,000 this summer. Dan is a full-time reseller, and he said he's at 700 items in his store, but I think he said he just did $3,500 in sales last month. So Dan's doing good.
That wasn't a brag either.
Well, we just wanted to know how you were doing. I wasn't trying to, put you in the spot. I just wanted to know how you were doing, because a lot of people said that their sales were kind of slowing down.
No, I've been pretty happy. I'm a little nervous because this will be last year. I wasn't focusing on clothes. Like I've done clothes since I've been reselling, but clothes used to be like the last thing I would look at when I went to the thrift store. So this is going to be like the first full year. I think I started in August last year. It's been my first full year of doing it, just clothing. So I'm a little old, not just, but I sold a video game today, one of the two.
Yeah.
I think today I sold a video game. I don't sell much of that stuff anymore, though. I don't look, but I'm trying to do, because we were talking about earlier about about promoted listings. I am trying to be better sourcing at garage sales this year. I didn't really do very well going. I get a little sidetracked going to the garage sales, and I get flustered, and I leave, and I go straight to Goodwill and pay extra. But my Goodwill's they raised their prices last year. They're a little, not that they're not. I mean, some stuff's a little unreasonable to me. But last year I felt they were a little unreasonable, and I dealt with it. But this year they made it where it's like I should go hunt at garage sales longer than I did last year.
Yeah. So Dan, I told Dan before we got on today that I was only going to keep him on for an hour. So we're past an hour, and it's a holiday weekend, so I'm not going to keep Dan on much longer. Yeah. But before we let you go, Dan, if somebody is watching this, because I get emails either on Instagram or emails almost every day, people are asking me questions about reselling. So if somebody is catching the replay and they wanted to ask you your advice, they were like, "Hey Dan, what would be 2 or 3 tips that you could give them to help them with their store?" Yeah, because this be your full-time gig now for 3 years. So you've been a reseller for 3 years now, right?
I've been reselling for 3 years. I'm just a little over about 1.5 years as full-time.
Okay, well, what would you tell them if they're watching the replay and they're like, "Hey, I was watching Dan on eBay Addicts channel"? What would you tell them to help them out so they can make some money in reselling? What would you tell them?
Focus on looking up what's selling. Like, look up the sell-through rate. Like, so take however many are listed and divide it how many have sold in the last 90 days, and then you have to kind of come up with a percentage that's good for you. Like, if you find something that only sells in the last 90 days, only 20% of them sold, probably not something that's I'm gonna spend $8, $9, $10 on. But if it's a quarter, I might do it, but you got to kind of. And then there's gonna be stuff that you're gonna. I do it all the time. There's gonna be stuff that you're just gonna want to buy anyway. You gotta try not to. You gotta try to go by the numbers. You gotta focus on the numbers.
Yeah, well, that's good, Dan. So
That's what
hey, tell everybody I got all your links listed down below, so they can follow you on YouTube and Instagram. But let them know where they can go by and check you out, because some people were like looking for you and was like, hey, that's Art Vandelay. Like, why did you change your channel name? Did you just decide to just do something different or what?
I'll tell you real quick, so I don't keep you. I just when I first started my channel, I just like I was watching someone and they're just kind of like, it's one of those things where when you want to do YouTube or something, you're kind of scared to do it. You just have to start. So like my username was Art Vandelay for everything. So I just but I wanted to do YouTube, and so I just started, and I never like thought of a name. And after a little while, I thought of some names, and I kind of felt like I should change my name because I go by, my name is Dan. So then it felt weird. I just felt weird like all the time. I didn't know, like someone would call Art Vandelay, but they'd call me Dan or Art. It was just it was getting a little bit too confusing for me. So I decided to change my name. Like I love the name Art Vandelay, but it didn't belong to me. Like Seinfeld's one of my favorite shows, and it's from that. So I just felt weird using their name all the time, like using that name all the time. So as much as I liked it, I just decided to change it. So I got help from Cincinnati Picker to he came up. Well, I was kind of thinking of what I wanted to do, and then he mentioned it, and I liked it, so I kept it. I wanted to do it. So
all right, hey, that's awesome. But so they can follow you on YouTube and Instagram under Dan in Demand. I don't see any more questions in the chat, but Laura says, is $1 for a DVD or a VHS too much? I'm an hour from you, Jeff, and there are so many yard sales within 5 minutes of me. Thousands of DVDs for sale. Yeah, it just depends on what kind it is. What I would tell you to do is I try to get ones that are new in the shrink wrap as far as DVDs or VHS tapes, because they're not making them anymore. If you, especially like a VHS tape that's like 20 years old, if you find one that's new in the shrink wrap, just pull your eBay app up like this, and there will be a little thing here. And what you want to do is just go right here to the top and click right here, and you can pull your barcode scanner out. And then when you scan the barcode, you would scan the barcode. So let's say if this is a VHS tape or a DVD, you would just scan this little barcode, and then when you hear it beep, it'll pull it up and show it to you. So like this one, for example, is listed on eBay for $17.25 plus shipping. So what you can do is you can look it up on eBay and see how many of them are listed and see how many of them are sold. But yeah, I mean, if you can pick them up cheap, I pick up a lot of DVDs, brand new ones at the pawn shop for like 50 cents a piece. And then I'll turn around and sell them anywhere from $10, $15, $20, $25, $30. It just depends on how rare they are and how many people, how many people are looking for that particular item. But no, I mean, $1 is not too much to pay if you can get it for a good price. I had the ATL flippers on like a week ago, and they picked up a VHS tape for 50 cents and sold it like the next day for like $800. So you never know. If you don't go out and hunt, you won't find any treasure. So you never know when you might come across an item that's a 50-cent item or $1 item, and then boom, next day it sells for $800. You just never know. So just go out there and happy hunting, and you guys have a great Easter. I'm not going to be doing anything on YouTube tomorrow, but I'm working on having some guests coming on next week. I've been reaching out to Mel back from Burnout, maybe on, and I'm working on getting these guys, the Posh Kings. I don't know if you know who they are, but they're big time resellers. They live down in Florida, and I looked them up online. They have like 18,000 items or something on Poshmark. So I reached out to them. There may be 2 guests that I have lined up for this week. But you guys have a great Easter and spend time with your family. And especially if you have kids or nephews or whatever, hang out with them, because they're not going to be kids very long. They go up real fast. They'll be 5, then 8, then 10, then 12. Then they're too old. They can't order Happy Meals anymore, So if you guys get a chance to hang out with your family, make sure to do that on the holidays. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with us. And go follow our guest, Dan in Demand. Go ahead and follow him. All the links are down below on YouTube and Instagram. I will catch you guys later. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Bye.